Welcome to another bone-chilling episode of Nightmare for Giggles. Tonight, we delve into the shadowy halls of an abandoned school where an ancient journal, cursed and forgotten, holds unspeakable horrors. As the pages turn, the secrets they reveal may drive you to the brink of madness. Will you dare to listen? Hold tight and keep the lights on as we explore the cursed journal of Elmwood High. The town of Elmwood had long forgotten the old high school that stood at the edge of town. Abandoned for decades, it was a crumbling relic of a bygone era. Legends of strange occurrences and ghostly apparitions surrounded the decrepit building, but it wasn't until a group of curious teens decided to explore its darkened corridors that the true terror was unleashed. Jake, Emma, Lucas, and Sarah had heard the stories, but dismissed them as mere folklore. Armed with flashlights and a sense of adventure, they ventured into the school's eerie silence one late October night. The air was thick with dust, and the smell of decay hung heavy. As they navigated the maze of classrooms, their beams of light fell upon an old leather-bound journal, half buried under debris in the principal's office. "Guys, look at this," Jake whispered, pulling the journal free. The cover was adorned with strange symbols, and the leather felt oddly warm to the touch. Emma leaned in closer. "It looks ancient. Maybe it's worth something." Lucas chuckled. "Or maybe it's cursed. You know, like in the movies." Sarah shivered, feeling a sense of foreboding. "We should put it back." But curiosity overpowered caution. They opened the journal, revealing pages filled with cryptic writings and unsettling sketches. As they read aloud, an unnatural chill spread through the room. The journal belonged to a student named Margaret Blackwood, who had attended Elmwood High in the early 1900s. According to the entries, Margaret had been a brilliant but troubled girl, obsessed with dark rituals and ancient spells. Her writings detailed a descent into madness, fueled by the discovery of a powerful curse. "We have to take this with us," Jake insisted. "This is too interesting to leave behind." Reluctantly, the others agreed. As they left the school, the air seemed to grow heavier, and shadows danced ominously at the edges of their vision. That night, each of them experienced vivid nightmares. They saw Margaret, her eyes wild with fear, chanting incantations in a language they couldn't understand. In their dreams, she warned them of the journal's power and the doom it would bring. Over the next few days, strange things began to happen. Jake's once steady hands trembled uncontrollably. Emma found herself unable to speak without stuttering. Lucas was plagued by hallucinations, seeing Margaret's face in every mirror. Sarah became consumed with an overwhelming sense of dread, unable to leave her house. Desperate, they met to discuss the journal. "We need to destroy it," Sarah urged, her voice shaking. "It's cursing us." But the journal had a will of its own. As they attempted to burn it, the flames extinguished themselves. They tried tearing the pages, but the paper remained intact. Panic set in as they realized the curse was unbreakable. Driven to the brink of insanity, they sought out the help of a local historian, Professor Holloway. The professor listened to their story with grave concern and examined the journal. "This is a dark artifact," he said. "Margaret Blackwood was not just a student, she was a practitioner of forbidden magic. This journal is a conduit for her spirit. To break the curse, you must complete the ritual she started but never finished." The instructions were clear yet terrifying. They had to return to the school and perform the ritual in the exact spot where Margaret had died, an unfinished basement room known as the Chamber of Shadows. As night fell, they gathered their courage and returned to Elmwood High. The journal clutched tightly in Jake's trembling hands. The school seemed even more oppressive, the air thick with malevolence. They descended into the basement where the walls were covered in cryptic symbols and dried blood. In the center of the room lay a circle of black candles. Following the journal's instructions, they lit the candles and began to chant. The air grew colder, and a spectral wind whipped around them. Margaret's ghostly figure appeared, her eyes hollow and pleading. "Finish the ritual," she whispered, "and release me from this torment." With trembling voices, they completed the incantation. The room shook violently, and the candles flickered out. A deafening silence followed, broken only by Margaret's anguished scream as her spirit was finally freed. The journal burst into flames, reduced to ashes in an instant. The curse lifted, and the oppressive weight vanished. Exhausted and shaken, they emerged from the school into the pale light of dawn. In the days that followed, their lives returned to normal. The nightmares ceased, and the hallucinations disappeared. They had survived the ordeal, but the experience left them forever changed. The school was finally demolished, and the land was left untouched, a silent testament to the horrors that had once lurked within its walls. Thank you for joining us on this spine-tingling journey through the haunted halls of Elmwood High. We hope you enjoyed the cursed journal of Elmwood High and that it sends shivers down your spine long after the story ends. If you dare, join us again next time for another terrifying tale that will keep you up all night. Sweet dreams if you can. This is Nightmare for Giggles, signing off.